be like, I'll tell you what. Or maybe the middle seat has to do it, because the middle seat,
Right.
you're just the unlucky one.
Right.
This is disgusting, and it's a whole new generation of bullying. I mean, I feel like we all grew up with people just saying mean things. And, you go to school and there were the bullies and the insecure people, and they would say mean things to you or tell you that you were ugly or not good at sports or whatever. Like, that was hard, right? Well, now you can't escape it because social media and tech and all this stuff, the latest, teens are using artificial intelligence to create realistic nude images of their classmates and then share them.
Oh my,
So with just a headshot, often lifted from a yearbook photo or social media platform, these AI apps can fabricate explicit deepfake images that appear scarily real, and it's happening in schools. Last summer, the San Francisco City Attorney's Office said that 16 people were sued for so-called nudify websites for allegedly violating laws around child exploitation and non-consensual images, but they skate past some state laws. In Minnesota, they're trying to pass legislation to hold them accountable. A whole different level of bullying, and it's terrible. Gen Z grads, I think a lot of people can relate to this, say their college degrees were a total waste of time and money. Nearly half of Gen Z grads say that their degrees have already been made obsolete by the rise of generative AI tools like ChatGPT, and they're wondering why they even bothered to attend college. A new Indeed report found 49% of Gen Z job hunters think that their college education has lost value in the job market thanks to AI. Only 1/3 of millennials feel the same way, and 1 in 5 boomers have similar regrets. Now, if you went to college 30 years ago, and I went to college 20 years ago at this point,
right,
you should expect that whatever, I don't think I can ride on, when they tell me HTML, I don't think I should still be making money on that now. Like, right. I probably should have evolved. But I will say the amount of money that was invested in a college degree, did I have to have it?
I hear you.
To be successful in this business? I would tell you probably not. However, and I was talking to my sister about this the other day, because the college that we went to is now $85,000 a year. She and my mom actually went to the same college.
That's insane.
$85,000 a year for it all in to go to college there. And that's just to live there and eat and go to school and buy the books or whatever. I don't know, I guess iPads or computers, whatever it is now. That's not the travel back and forth. That's not all the rest of it. The cars and whatever else you might need. And my sister has 2 kids. And that's now. And they're 14 years away from doing this. I can't imagine what it's going to cost then. So let's say it's $100,000. Let's just for round numbers. It's going to cost $1 million to send both those girls to school. And you have to ask yourself at some point, is there a return on investment for that? Like, is Polly going to be $400,000 ahead of everyone else if we send her to college and pay that much money? My answer would be probably not.
No.
And then you could say, well, for those people who I know, Kaylin, you did, and I did, moved far. Well, you didn't move too far away.
Not too far, no.
But I moved 1,000 miles away to go to college. And it was like, and my parents were like, you can go anywhere you want. Nowhere in Arizona, nowhere or any neighboring state. Like, you need to go far enough away you can't drive home. Like, this is part of the deal.
Oh, nice.
And so we went and we did that, and I did that. And I would argue that was a transformational time in my life. But was it worth that much money? If you've got it, maybe. But if you don't, if you're sending your kid to college because you think they're going to get a better job and make a bunch more money off the bat, I'm not sure if that's true anymore.
It's just crazy. $80,000 a year, and then these people are applying for jobs that pay like $18 an hour. So like, it's just the math's not mathing. And I feel like AI is doing a lot of stuff in the workforce. Like, it's changing a lot of jobs and opportunities for people too. It's, essentially like eliminating jobs. So I don't know where the fairness is for kids who are going to college. I want my kid to go to college. I do, but I'm also not opposed to her doing other things. Like, if Gigi shows, for example, my daughter, if she shows, interest in makeup, whatever it might be, and she's good, we might be going to cosmetology school. You know what I mean?
Or trade school, nothing wrong with that. Or something specialized like computer programming. My brother-in-law did that. He makes a very good living.
Some of these kids are just good at certain things. Like I said, the makeup, or they are good at computer work and computer stuff. I don't even know what it's called. That's how good they are. I don't even know how to call that.
You don't even know what it's called.
Right, I don't even know what it's called.
I don't either.
Computer
That's
stuff.
why we got Slav and Karen. Now, Karen went to college and she's a genius, the actual Mensa genius.
No, she is, yeah.
But she was a genius before she went to college, okay?
Oh, so she was born that way.
Yeah. She was born that way.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga sang sing that song about her.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a luxury. I think it's long been a luxury. And if you got the money, great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't know about if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, you're going to have to do it. Therapist, any kind of, you need a graduate degree for it, you're going to have to do it. It's the way it is. But,
Right.
and we probably should,
do.
but I don't know. I don't know if it's, if it was automatic, it seemed for everybody I grew up with. And now I'm not sure if it should be for that
point.
much money.
It's great for life skills, but
I was
other
going to
than
say.
that-
Right. But for $500,000, like,
No.
I don't know. I'll tell you what.
Right.
I'll take half of that or less than half of that. I'll buy you an apartment in a big city. And we'll get you a nice laptop, and you can do some online training.
You're not
and get you a
wrong.
job. And honestly, we can do a lot of the same things for less money, and we'll
It's
get
kind
you
of a
some
good
life
idea.
experience. We'll throw you
Go
into
to the
it.
big city.
No, you're not wrong.
But here's the thing about college, right? The thing about college is it's kind of like supervised responsibility because no one's holding your hand. But like freshman year, you got RAs, you got people to make sure that you're like getting out of your room. Eventually, if you don't go to class, someone's going to call somebody and call your parents eventually and be like, where is so-and-so? So there's a little bit of accountability. So it's kind of like sheltered independence.
Adult fun. Yeah.
You can still totally screw up your life.
You can, yeah.
But at the same time, like there's a limit to how far it's going to go before somebody finally calls mom and dad and goes, hey,
Yeah.
little Timmy hasn't showed up to class in 3 months.
He's at the bar.
Right. You better go get little Timmy out of, Sam's Pub down the street or whatever.
I don't know. To be honest, too, I'd rather invest, I don't know how you can do this, in life skills, essentially putting my kid in a situation where she learns how to BS a room or work the room, meet people. I'm a big believer it's about who you know, not just what you know. And I'm like, well, how do I get my kid to be that? I don't want her to be shy and just always closed off. I want her to be able to walk into a room and just BS the crap out of it.
Send her out with Jonathan.
Honestly.
But you could argue you throw them into the real world in some kind of nurtured way.
Yeah.
And they're forced to sink or swim. They have to figure this stuff out. It's you can't really teach that street smarts. You kind of have to
That's a good point.
I got to wrap this up, though.
Sorry, okay.
Chipotle Mexican Grill might have Mexican in its name, but it hasn't gone to Mexico until now. Chipotle is opening up in Mexico City early next year, and I'm sure they're super excited about it.
Yes.
No.
Gentrification in Mexico.
Oh, they can't wait. I'm sure the people of Mexico City are like, I've been waiting for this authentic cuisine.
Right.
The best street tacos in the world, arguably. And
No, they have James Beard street tacos, but they go. And here's the thing: Chipotle is delicious. I don't know that it represents some form of Tex-Mex. It's its own lane, So not to say that they won't enjoy it there, but maybe we don't call it a Mexican grill there. Maybe we just call it Chipotle and we just serve the food and you enjoy it. And the most unhealthy fast food burger in America is at Five Guys, which apparently it's just like the normal cheeseburger is super unhealthy. It's one of the most unhealthy cheeseburgers, if not the most unhealthy, with a 50-point unhealthiness score. They also weighed in as the unhealthiest fries. Whataburger, Smashburger, and Carl's Jr. trailed behind in the ranking. Five Guys had 73% more saturated fat than any other fast food cheeseburger on the list. Now remember, Carl's Jr. is the place that takes a cheeseburger and deep fries it. And then rolls it in a pizza like that SNL skit. And then deep fries it again. And then rolls it in ranch.
and ladies in bikinis. Eat
Right.
it.
And then serves it to you. With, the whole thing goes down in a bikini and goes down your face. So anyway, it's School Bus Driver Appreciation Day, National Jelly Bean Day, National Girl Scout Day, and today is Earth Day as well. All right, let's see. Stay or go. We'll debate some relationship drama. We'll get to an entertainment report at some point, I promise. We were too busy talking about the youth of America and whether or not to go